Sports Tonight is back again. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwa, and it's good to be back on the show. And let me give a special shout out to the team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria for keeping the fire burning. Let's talk sports, guys. Good to be on the show. On the show tonight, we'll monitor what will go down in that FIFA Under-17 World Cup match between the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria and Ecuador. And Manu Garba and his boys, if they win tonight, they will book a place in the round of 16. But having in mind that Ecuador, they also won their first match against Australia. We're monitoring that one on the show tonight. It's a big, big match for Nigeria at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. What's going on with sports in Nigeria? Will count down to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Now, wait a minute. Somebody will say, Austin, you normally do the countdown when it's 100 days to go. No, we are not waiting. With what we saw in Doha, we need to start telling everybody responsible. The Ministry for Youth and Sports, they have started work. They've read the Riots Act to the Federation. Say, look, if you are not ready to work, go home. That they will continue to exercise their oversight functions. So I love that so much. So tonight on this show and on our other shows, we will start the countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Right now, it's about 268 days to go. We can still do something. Sunday Dare and his team, they believe that we can start now and start getting ready so that we can give a good performance at that competition in Tokyo. We'll count down to that one on the show tonight. What's also on the menu? We'll play fencing. Fencing isn't so big in Nigeria, but yes, it's a big deal. And the Federation, they want you and I to know about fencing. So they're going to different parts of the country, particularly the schools, to educate people on the sport called fencing. We'll find out their latest efforts on the show tonight. Table tennis will also get our attention. We know Aaron Okwadri. We know Olufunke Oshonaike. We know Edem Ofyong. And now, he's making us talk about him, Olajide Omotayo. But everybody talk about the players. What about the coaches? Because if coaching is bad, then action, performance will also be bad. So the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, they've said, look, we need to give importance, more attention to coaching. And that's what we will talk about tonight on the show. Let's take a look at coaching and its development, talking about table tennis in Nigeria. Aqua United, they have unveiled Coach John Obu and Duke Udi as the new coaches for the upcoming season. And they also presented 15 new players. They have a target. For them, they say it's simple that they want to win the league title. Try to go to Uyo, talk to Coach John Obu on this show tonight. Let's know more about that deal with Aqua United. And in your Know Your Club segment, we will feature Aqua United. You know, we always do this on Sports Tonight when we're getting ready for the new season. So Aqua United is our focus on the show tonight. So much is going down in our world of sports. Welcome on board Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's have some fun, guys. You can be part of the show. Yes, you can. You can talk to us. Feedback mechanisms, they're still the same. On Twitter, Channels_sports. That's it right there. And on Facebook, we're Channels-Sports. What are you talking about? I said we have started a countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. No time to play again. Some countries, they've closed shop as regards the Olympics. They know the guys that will go to the Olympics. They have made their targets. They're just conditioning. What's going on with Nigeria? When we start this countdown, you will know that there is no time. We need to start. 268 days to go to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I'm not waiting for 100 days. When it's 100 days, it's too late. So that's why we're saying now, everybody, Ministry of Sports, federations, players, coaches, everybody that is involved with the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, it's 268 days to go. Time is ticking away. Is Nigeria ready? That's the big question as we count down to the 2020 Olympics. You can talk to us, Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-Sports, all our top stories, all of them. Go to our website, channelstv.com. You can view them. And on YouTube, /Channels Web, because it's a racy-pacey, action-packed world of sports. So if you blink, you'll miss something. I told you we're monitoring what's going on at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. It's Nigeria versus Ecuador. It's for bragging rights because anybody that wins tonight will sit comfortably comfortably on that table, and the Golden Eaglets, they want it. Coach Manu Garba says that this team can keep getting better and better. We're monitoring that match on this show tonight. Walk with us. Also, I told you Aqua United, our big focus tonight as we count down to the start of the new MPFL season. We've waited for it. Finally, it's coming November the 3rd. That's when the league management company says the new season will commence. That's about it. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's do this with speed. Let's welcome our guests on the show tonight. Kende Idris makes a return to the show. Kende, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
It's good to be here, and it's good to share studio with you, Okon.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I want to go back to it. 268 more days to go. Someone will say, oh, there's time. Kende, there's no time.
There is no time. And when you were reeling out, everybody that should be prepared, you mentioned coaches, administration. You forgot to mention even the fan.
Ooh.
Every fan should also, start talking in their own corners. Maybe your talk might, go a long way, but theirs still will go, to some extent. So, it's already late. Like, I can remember an athlete some years back. He won the gold medal in the Olympics. And when he was interviewed just after the race, he was in tears. And he was asked, why are you in tears? You just won the gold medal. And he said, my country will be hosting the next Olympics. What is running in my head is how would I match this same performance in front of my fans, maybe 20,000, 40,000, 70,000 fans that would gather at the stadium because now they know they have somebody who is a gold medalist in the country. You must match that in this. So that is, he's talking about preparation is starting immediately. If we're talking about 265, where some people think the next day after the end of last Olympic is the time to start preparation, then it's already late.
It's already late.
Yeah, but like you say, there is no wrong time to start a good thing. Just start it.
268 more days to go. Listen, Minister of Sports, listen, Federation President, listen, athletes. Kende added fan stories. Let me also add the media. So we keep telling them, we keep reminding them that it's just here.
Yeah.
It's next year, June.
Before you blink, December is here. And
it's here.
The new year.
And when December comes, 2019 is gone. And when we say Happy New Year to 2020, the Olympics has come. So that we don't go set up another committee again to start wondering and asking questions on what happened. So I'm back on the show. Yes, it is what you sow, you reap.
Of course.
That's what it is. But the ministry for youth and sports development, they've been going tough. Yeah, remember, right from Doha, Sunday Dare, the minister, says, look, technical director of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, I'm not comfortable with what I'm hearing. Can you just step aside? And then he was recalled back to the country. After the championship came there, he set up a committee, said, look, let's find out what's going on. What happened in Doha? I think I like it.
I love it.
A lot of persons have said it's interference, blah, 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 and all of that. We cannot go for competitions, can they come back, fold their hands, go to sleep.
And perform in a shambolic manner. 25-man contingent, only coming back with a bronze medal that was hardly fought for. We can go back to how Okagbari races went. Oduduru, what's her name? Tobiloba Amuso, a medal prospect, and also Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, a medal prospect, finishing just outside the podium. Now, look at the names in the 9-man committee. Falila Ogukoya is there, Marion Yale is there, Galadima is there, some very notable names that are
Chairman Ken and
that have integrity, against their name over the years. So he's not just picking maybe my friends, or he's picking some persons that have some level of integrity, and he is very reliable. They are very reliable to give a good result.
Okay, why some people are so quick to say no? We're an independent body.
I was sad.
Let's organize ourselves. The AFN, we know that they've not been united right from when the new board came. And so a new minister has come and he has seen that, and we didn't do well in Doha. Kende, what's wrong with us coming back to say, where did we go wrong? How can we get it right?
Austin, father figure coming to help you check yourself when you cannot. If
you
you're
say
a
it's
tenant
interference.
and maybe your corner of the house is not doing well, the landlord have got a right to help you, you know, get some people to come help you clean. That is what Sunday Diary is doing. And I can remember, you know, weeks ago on this same show, I said there is something a little bit different about Sunday Diary.
Tell me.
Maybe he's saying so many things that a lot of ministers have said, but I'm seeing some action being meted with what you're saying. Now he's walking the talk, and which is something I like. See, whether anything happens from this 9-man committee, a lot of federations now knows, oh, there is a minister that can set up a quick committee. He gave them 26, 1 week from 26, you know, all the way, but they did not need 1 week. In no time, 4 days, the results are out, and it is right there for it to be judged upon. So you know you can be checked.
And because we know that everything rises and falls on leadership, the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, they have read the Riot Act to sports federations. They said, look, listen, the ministry will not shy away from exercising its oversight functions on sports federations. Why? They said because they want to keep pushing their reforms in how we administer sports in this country.
Do you know how well Blessing Okagbara come under fire? Because she's saying almost the same thing that the minister is now reiterating. This lady have talked about what happens to preparations for competition. Now you always rely on myself, himself, their self to go and prepare wherever they can, and then they come back and perform for you. It is not done anywhere. Look at when the $135,000 was wrongly paid into the pocket of the FN, some people enjoyed from it. Do you know these athletes did not even know there was a largesse that came in? Some people enjoyed it. The real gladiators did it.
And they would have even been embarrassed if they were disqualified.
Some of these players have faced that.
If the country was, the IWF said, look, you can't bring back the money, leave Doha, and then it's gone. Let's go to Abuja. That's where the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Sunday Diary, received the reports of the committee. He wants to know what went wrong in Doha and fix the problems. Let's listen to the Minister on the show tonight.
I want to promise you that whatever you have put together here, the ministry will go through. The ministry will indeed make sure that we come up with an action plan because we have a common singular purpose, that is to ensure that the development of sports, particularly with regards to athletics, does not suffer the fate it has suffered in the past. Repeatedly over the years, we have complained about the same thing, but we had gone forward not fixing things, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. This time we want to do things differently and expect a better result. I see that this committee is a digital committee. Apart from long hours of vigil, it is also a digital committee, and that is interesting because you have this on flash drive, which also ties to one of our visions here to we have a digital Nigeria, digital youth Nigeria, dy.ng project. We live in a digital world. We also know that there's also digital sports now in terms of the digital equipment for training, etc.
So that's what it is. That's the Minister of Youth and Sport, Mr. Sunday Diary. Said, look, I've gotten the report. We will come up with an action plan. It says enough of us saying we identify problems and we don't fix them.
What's the identify problems? And look at the committee said we worked with facts, identified the problem, and proffered solutions to avoid subsequent occurrence of such. That is an absolute breakdown. Now there is a problem, you found it, you've known where, okay, this is the leakage. Now you proffer solution. And the ministry, who accepted and said, we would work on that. And with what I'm seeing with this minister, in no time, I mean days, we'll hear what the further actions are. Whether some people would even lose jobs. I don't mind. Like you mentioned, the technical director.
Say, no, go home.
You are the #1 man as a corporate when it comes to case like this. Please take a walk. That is what you do. Some people must suffer for some goodness to come in.
That's what it is. I think I like it. It's a good one for sports development in Nigeria. And it should look, what this does is somebody in badminton will say, oh, we have to do the right thing
Setting
now.
precedents.
Table tennis. That's just what it is because it must change. I like that one.
Sure.
Let's move on with the show now. Let me tell you about fencing. It's not so big in Nigeria, but hey, Europe, it's a big deal. And it can win you medals at the Olympics. So at the Nigeria Fencing Federation, in order to get fencing some popularity in the country and give it some followership, they are going to the grassroots, and that's the place to go, the grassroots. And so they are embarking on a 2-day grassroots development program that will run from October the 29th to the 30th in 3 local government areas in Lagos.
Yeah.
And this is so fundamental, Kennedy, because some people want development and they go to the federal. No, the local government, that's where you should start.
Of course.
Down there, and then you go to the top.
And the beauty of this whole setup, talking about the grassroots, they are going to local governments or areas close to. That is, you're starting like this, you take it this way. Apapa, Ajegunle, they are all, almost in the same area. Now we know it's not, I do here, I go here. Now there are spaces in between. We finish with this set, we move to the next set, and that is absolutely very welcoming. Fencing, yes, like you said, not as popular, but something beats me about sports in Nigeria. I was at the Teslim Balogun Stadium some months back to watch archery and their inauguration of some, and I saw ready, players for all of
everywhere.
Now, if fencing gets the kind of recognition it wants to get, you wonder where all these athletes, where have they been? Is it that they've known that one day fencing will get this big and they've been waiting for their time? Because any sport you bring, you will find 50, 100, players ready to take part. And that is what it is.
Candice, because Nigeria is so blessed.
Especially
so blessed
talented.
with sporting talent.
Yes.
Leadership has been the problem.
It's been the issue.
Administration has been the infrastructure. And because look at fencing, for instance, it involves a lot.
A lot.
If you don't get infrastructure right, if you can't even get the right equipment to do it, then you can't do it.
You can't.
That's what table tennis is suffering. That's what gymnastics is suffering.
Virtual
all the sports.
With cricket, that is what everybody is suffering. There are ready people, ready athletes around the corners. So
according to the Nigeria Fencing Federation, the president, Yinka Samuel, says over 500 kids, as well as about 10 physical and health education teachers would be initiated to the sports in Etiosa local government, Apapa, and Ajegunle local government areas of
in
Lagos.
That local government.
Beautiful.
You're already having 500 students.
So
if you now go around Lagos, how many would you? So for you to chop them down to having representatives for Lagos, I think you have good numbers.
I love it. I love it. So fantastic one for fencing. It's just baby steps, but let's watch. Keep the momentum going in the Federation. You never know how big it will become tomorrow. Let's go to Benin City, the Edo State capital. Edo will host the 2020 National Sports Festival, and they've been working. The last time I saw the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, I was like, wow. You know what I'll do? I'll bring pictures from last year of that stadium, and then you see now they want to give us a wow event. And so the deputy governor and chairman of the local organizing committee, Comrade Philip Shaibu, he has assured us once again, he said we will be ready. In fact, he said the venues for the event will be ready by December 31st, 2019. I love this kind of when Edo was announced as the host, I said beautiful. Now they will see the need for infrastructure development. When you finish from Edo, go somewhere else.
Yes, when we finish from Edo, we'll go somewhere else. But right now it's Edo. And there is something very peculiar about the local organizing committee chairman and also doubles as the deputy governor. You would understand where Edo puts sports, because even the club in Edo right there, Bendel Insurance, I've got the deputy governor signed to that club. That is how well, they are in tandem with sport. And the moment they got this bid and they are to be the host, they started work. And he said right now, 85 to 95%, infrastructures are already got. If as of now you're already even on 85, I'm not even talking about the 95, then you are on some work, because the remaining will be touches here and there. And that's just what it is. It helps you develop your infrastructures, and it gets better for everybody.
Again, we saw the Minister of Sports there again.
He's
saying,
moving everywhere.
Let's see.
Show me.
Let's see what's going on. So the Edo State government, they've said December the 31st. So we have a date, December the 31st. We knock on their door. Are we getting ready?
Fingers crossed.
You say all the venues will be ready. So that's it, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, they're giving attention to quality coaching and what's going on in that match between Nigeria and Ecuador at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. I'll tell you, don't go anywhere. Stay.